Hi, my name's Ginger Michaels, and I'm a Chinese medicine practitioner, which means I'm an acupuncturist and an herbalist, and I use Chinese medicine to help people restore their health and feel like themselves again. And this is just me taking a quick moment on a Sunday to share this little story and some thoughts that I have just kind of rolling around in my head. I was recently at a social engagement and someone found out I was an acupuncturist. And oftentimes people will ask me, um, what does it do? Can it treat this? Can it treat that? And so they went on to tell me about their health concerns and wanted to know if Chinese medicine could be helpful. And so I went on to explain how it can be helpful and explain that the beauty of Chinese medicine, and I recognize I'm biased, but what makes this medicine so unbelievably breathtaking and amazing is that it has the capacity to help your body heal itself. It has the ability to identify the root cause of why you feel the way you do, why you have the symptoms that you have. Everything, like from a headache to pain in your toe, from menstrual symptoms, PMS, that have been made to be, that our society has made us feel that these symptoms are normal, and they're not. To arthritis and autoimmune diseases and high blood pressure and diabetes. And the sky is the limit. How can you say that, Ginger? How can you say that acupuncture and herbal medicine, that Chinese medicine can help with all of that? How do you even have that ability? Because I understand the medicine. I've been studying the medicine for a very long time, and the medicine has the ability, through its diagnostic tools, to identify the systems, the organ systems, other things like qi, energy, blood, fluids, yin, yang, are in balance or out of balance. And that is then leading to the symptoms you're experiencing. Acupuncture helps restore function. It helps your body innately begin to do its job again. Because something that we've done, something that's happened to us, something that we ate, the not enough sleep, the too much screen, the stress, trauma, whatever it is, has led to our body not being able to do its innate job, which then leads to the symptoms that you and I feel every day. And so anyway, this conversation I had in this social setting, at the end, the person said to me, "Oh, well, you seem really passionate about Chinese medicine." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm incredibly passionate about it." And she was like, "I don't understand, why do you care?" And I thought so many things at that moment in time, besides oh my gosh, I care so much. But I started asking myself, how do I answer this question for this person? How do I explain that even sometimes I feel like I care more about someone else's health than they care about their health? Am I built that way? Was I born to be this person that helps people find health again? Is it because I've been a caregiver most of my life? Is it because I spent my entire childhood into my adulthood caring for a handicapped brother? who was mentally and physically handicapped. He couldn't speak. He had many other ailments. Is it because of that life? Is it because my mother has had RA for 40 years and I've been her caregiver for 40 years, helping her get her clothes on, cook for her, feel her pulses, give her acupuncture, give her herbal medicine, help her on the toilet, help her off the toilet. Like what is it that makes me feel so passionate about what I do and about helping people feel like themselves again? I think everything I just named is a part of it. And then I think it's part of my own personal journey. When, life kept throwing me all these curveballs, as it does to all of us, I started gaining weight, and I ate fast food every day, 2 to 3 times a day, because I was in college and I didn't have a lot of money, and I was going to school and studying all the time, and I had to work to support myself. So like during that process, I started to overeat, not exercise, not take care of myself. And I gained a lot of weight, ultimately topping out at like 230 pounds. And so I hit this tipping point where I'm being taken to the hospital due to pain that's unbearable. And I end up there for 3 days while they try and figure out what's wrong with me. And it was one of the scariest 3 days of my life, as I waited for them to figure out what was going on. And then ultimately they did. I had pancreatitis, and I had a peptic ulcer. So, long story long, no. So at the end of the day, I sat with my own mortality, and I was like, I don't want this for myself. I want to be healthy, and I don't ever want to go through that experience ever again. And so I started to do all the things that I knew I was supposed to do. I started doing all the things that I feel like we all know, eat right, exercise, get enough sleep, all the basics, right? But I started eating fruits and vegetables, lean meats. I stopped all the fast food, and I started reading labels, and I started making sure that everything I put in my body was clean. If I couldn't read the label, if I couldn't read the words, if I had to Google what it was, that's it. It was over. I wasn't putting it in me. I stopped buying things that were processed, manufactured foods. I stopped sugar. I stopped alcohol. I stopped all those things. And over the course of 3, what felt like very, very long years, I lost 85 pounds, and all my health problems were gone. Along that track, I used acupuncture, herbal medicine, chiropractic, homeopathy, and diet to help me get to where I was. And I knew that I needed to start to tell people, like, you can do this. All those problems that you have, you have the power and the capacity to heal your body. And so I tried to figure out, like, how do I tell everyone? Well, how do I tell my story so that people can hear that you can do this? You can change yourself. You can get healthy. And I was so excited, and still am to this day, so excited to help people feel better. What a joy it is that every single day when I go into my office at a touch of ginger, I get the chance to put this tiny little pin into someone and watch them, watch their face, listen to their words, watch them change. They come in pain, or they come in with some mental, emotional stress, anxiety, depression. They come in with high blood pressure, high sugar, whatever it is, you just name it. And they leave feeling better. I mean, how often do we get to do that? Like, how often do we get to go in and see someone and walk out, tell them our problems, and then walk out feeling better than when we walked in? It doesn't happen very often with the medicines that most of us know and were raised with. And so I feel so lucky, blessed, that life threw me all the curveballs that it did, because I wouldn't be right where I am right now, having this amazing life where I get to help people every single day feel more like themselves again. And it's truly a blessing and a joy. And I can't imagine life not being a practitioner. At the age of 53, people start to ask me retirement questions. My retirement won't look like anything most people know retirement to be. I cannot see myself ever not feeling someone's pulses and prescribing them herbal medicine. I can't see myself not popping some tiny little pins into someone and helping them feel better. I plan to forever do Chinese medicine and help people feel better again. And I am immensely grateful that my life took the turns that it did and let me be right here, right where I am, doing what I do, because it feels amazing. And it's such a privilege to watch people feel better and to find that health that they've been trying to find and can't. So, thank you. And I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that all of you have given me over the past 15 plus years. And it's going to be a zillion more, because I plan to live to 110. Did you know? Yeah, but thank you very much. And if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for listening. And yeah, take care.